All right, guys. How's everyone doing? So today's video, I've been wanting to do this video for a while. But I mean, BDO's been knocking out our door all night. I can't even sleep nowadays because I feel like they're gonna push in and just wipe everything out. Anyways, so today's video is gonna be on the GORESH SKOGUL build, guys. I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen it. Like, the GORESH SKOGUL build are actually meta changing. You know, like I know a lot of people right now are the main focus is like, oh, the new mages, the new mages. Don't worry, we'll cover a lot of that, right? Especially when they're here. But one of the things that I want to talk about right now is the flow of the field, right? The flow of the field and how the GORESH SKOGUL build actually impact that. Um, yeah, oh my God, I don't even know where to even begin. The GORESH SKOGUL build is just crazy. And those of you guys that are in the alliance or have fought are like, wait, you don't even have a GORESH SKOGUL build, right? But so here's a player that I did a little like mini interview with on Discord, just texting and or messaging, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So Zeus here is one of the top fighters in the server. I'm pretty sure, yeah, he's top 10. Let's see. Let me give you guys the exact number. Excuse me. I just slammed my freaking. Okay, so he's a top 5 fighter, guys. And he's a top 5 fighter. And to my knowledge, based on our conversations, like he doesn't do any kind of merit farming or anything like that. I think he like went out and killed some BDO farms when we were in zone 5 for the whole 3 hours that we were in zone 5. I mean, we were there a little bit longer, but you guys get it. But yeah, he's a top 5 freaking fighter, right? So the guy knows what the hell he's talking about. On top of that, I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys his wall right here. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. These are single marches. These are not rallies. They're putting up like rally numbers. Look, 82K. Ah, look against freaking Chisco Prime too. He was actually beating Chisco Prime's freaking march out there. Hey, so that tells you guys even more. Like, and Chisco's like super nerdy when it comes to like, getting the proper builds and all that. So the fact that our boy Zeus is beating him shows us this guy has a solid build, right? And like I said, the main thing we're gonna go over that I'm gonna share with you guys are his talents, the talent trees that he has, um, and a few other recommendations. He talks a little bit about like his play style. Uh, he has different times where he uses either Skogul first or primary, or then GORESH primary. He has different times where he does that. So let me open up the Discord here. And we'll kind of go over. I'll go over some. I'll kind of skim through some of the questions that I had for him, right? So, yeah, so I messaged him, right? So this right here is his Skogul build. Getting straight to it. This is his Skogul build right here, guys. And you guys saw the merit report. So, touching on Skogul, right? Since we have her talent tree up. So he says he uses Skogul. So you guys, once again, like I said, the flow of the field, right? There's big battles, people start running out of troops, then it starts turning into like smaller skirmishes, and that's where the tanks shine the most. Those like smaller scale battles is where the tanks are just, bro, people don't even hit the tanks. Like you'll go in, they'll damn near about to clear a wave, and then you could just like come back. You know what I mean? Like people don't waste their time. I personally don't waste my time hitting tanks. I'll hit everyone else around them. The tanks are pretty much last. However, in terms of like target priority in the field, might have to hit this march more. Like it's doing crazy damage. Because before we were ignoring tanks, right? Because they're not really doing damage, but now they are. So, I guess it kind of depends on what's going out in the field, right? But this is the build that he has. He has crazy speed on it. And I'll show you guys. So that's his build there. I left that up there for you guys. That way, gave you guys enough time to screenshot it, do what you gotta do. Um, so if we go over here to Skogul, right? We go to here to Skogul. Go. I started working on Skogul too, right? So look at this. So I have her at 544. We're on our way. We're definitely trying to hop on that freaking on that meta. But look at this right here, right? You guys saw the march speed that he had on his build, right? When in the field, Skogul's Legion gains 60% march speed every time. Bro, 60%? Let me tell you guys, my calves have been chased down by Skogul and her freaking big old thighs, bro. Just freaking. And then Goresh behind me with those freaking big ass freaking stone machete, knife, or sword looking things. It's actually intimidating, right? So, he has her awakened. So, one of the questions I asked him, like, what's the minimum invest, or like, what do you think is like the minimum investment for Skogul to have her like go crazy? And we're talking like going hard, right? Let's see. So he said Skogul's definitely better maxed, right? Because then you get this over here, just a flat out 10% more counterattack. And that's one of the things to look out for too, guys. When it comes to these heroes, let me mute my sound. You got these ongoing war over here. Let me mute my sound here. When it comes to these heroes in terms of investment and whatnot, you have some heroes, for example, Skogul, that their awakened skill is just flat out like something. It just, other ones kind of enhance their skill that they already have. She's just flat out 10% more counterattack damage, right? So he said Skogul's definitely better max, but still good at 5551, right? So at 5551, um, she's definitely. He said that she'll be good to go, right? So I got her at 544, and I've been doing dailies for her since when did I start doing dailies for her? I think since this season started. No, I lie. I lie. Not too long ago, actually. Not too long ago. So I spun her twice, so 200 spins, and maybe like a week or two of dailies. No, so, yeah, the daily chess, because my VIP is going to my Goresh. Um, so I think it's what he's saying. I think it's good. I think as soon as you yeah, getting at least a 5551. If you don't have that, obviously for sure, I would say for like a 5-5 before you get her out there. And I wouldn't unlock this one until you get this one maxed, right? However, depending on how much you want to invest, you maybe even a 5511 might be good, right? So let's continue on. So I showed you guys the Skogul build, and like I said, he said that he uses her as a primary with that build that I showed you guys on like the smaller scale stuff, right? When it's kind of like city hopping, a few little militiamen kind of running around, you know what I mean? Okay, so what else did he say about Skogul? Oh yeah, so he actually said this healing is really good. So I was asking him of why he went with Heaven's Blessings instead of normal or yeah, the normal attack, so Adrenaline Rush. He said it just keeps you alive longer, and the focus of this march is more on the counter attack, um, than like normal attacks, right? So that's what he told me. You guys saw the merit reports. I'm not gonna. The reason why I questioned it was because I wanted to be able to say here on the video why, right? Because I'm sure some people kind of shy away from having blessings or whatever. Um, yeah, so that's what he has there. And then, all right, moving on to Goresh, the Goresh build. Okay, so he said he uses this build here when it's like big PvP, right? Like the initial core fights, right? The initial core fights. He said this is what he uses here. This is what he uses. Um, so yeah, so for the big fights when there's just a bunch of people out there, that this is what he uses. And then I'll leave that up there for a little bit for you guys to kind of take a look at that. So if you see, he invested heavy into the tank. So not only did he get to the final elite one here, he also put a few more around I mean, actually, damn near all of it. Damn near all of it, right? And then then the two extra he put over here to infantry. So okay, so that's it for that build. That's it for that build. And let's see. Okay, and then this is his. This right here is his other build. So this is like a counterattack build. Um, that's his counterattack build right there. Screenshot it, save it, do what you gotta do. He said, yeah, pure damage Counter-Strike build for that one. I can see that. Look at the speed, guys. Look at the speed, right? Because as a tank, you want to get in their face, right? You want to push the tempo. Once again, we talked about the flow of the field, the tempo of the field. That might be a video of its own, honestly, talking about the tempo of the field. Okay, and the other thing, so those are the three builds, right? So we have the SKOGUL build that I showed you guys for like smaller scale battles that does the most damage. Um, and then you have the GORESH build for the big battles when you're just trying to soak up more damage as much as possible. And then you have his I should have asked him, but then you have his pure counterattack build, um, which I think you can probably flip flop with when on the smaller scale stuff, right? And then of course, we had to ask him about his pets, right? Everything about his march and what he runs, we need to know, right? We need to know because when I asked him, I was like, "How many times did you test your builds before you came to these builds?" He said a lot. So, it's not like you'll definitely because you definitely have some people that are like, "Oh, this is the new build or whatever," and it's like they have, there's no merit reports, there's no actual proof of the kind of damage that they're putting out. They used it once and think it's meta. Like, nah, bro. So this is what he's running, guys. This is what he's running. And obviously there's places that you can upgrade here, and I'm sure he will when the new season starts. He'll probably go for a level 2 of that or he'll probably go for a level 2 of a little bit of everything. But look at his pet, guys. Look at his pet, bro. Right? So when it comes to the venomous lizard, the main thing it focuses is agility, right? Agility, uh, probably strength and endurance, right? Yeah. Look at this. Almost max agility, almost max endurance, like bro. So yeah, that's what he's running. He's running the venomous lizard on it. Leave that up there a little bit for you guys. Keep a look at it. So that's his build there. Uh, Let me go back to our conversation, more of our conversation. Okay, so he was saying that other thing in the field, the trick to do, charge in, use the artifact, maximizing damage in 5 seconds. The reason why 5 seconds is to make other marches not cast their skills on you. So essentially he's saying like you want to get in there fast, right? That's the whole point of essentially this a lot of the speed that he has. And then mixed with freaking Skogul's 60% march speed, you get in their face. You guys seen how the Spirit Bone Torque, um, the Spirit Bone Torque, definitely impacts this as well, right? How it like reels them in, and then they can't even proc. I didn't know that they couldn't proc their stuff, but or their like rage skills. That's pretty cool. I mean, I mean, he says it right. I want to say I don't know if his Spirit Bone Torque is max, guys. Last time I checked, I think it was like a level 3. But either way, this is also another huge factor, right? Granted, guys, you're not gonna get these builds and then boom, you're gonna get 123k reports, right? I'm saying like this, it's a good start, right? When you get the talent builds because he has them both awakened, right? He has them both 6-starred. He has a good pet, and he has a good artifact. Essentially those are like the key little ingredients there for that merit farm. You know what I mean? Um, yeah. So yeah, this thing is pretty cool. This thing is pretty cool. I think mine's at level 1, but I'm for sure gonna spin for this, or like not spin for this. Definitely pull for this. Definitely pulling for that. Let's see what else do we give here. Okay, so then I asked him, when you're out in the field, like, do you have a unit type that you focus, or do you just hit everything? So he said that he focuses on mages, archers, and then cabs. And I'm like, that's interesting that that's his focus, considering that mages are the counter to tanks. And he said the reason why he goes for mages is because they have less defense and less counter comparing to others. Makes sense. Um, Dun, 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 dun. Okay, yeah. So he's saying for yeah, for Gores a triple 5-1, right? And I seen his reports, guys, before he had him awakened, and they were still going crazy. They were still going crazy. So he said his highest record is 132k. 132k. Um, there was one in here. Look at this thing. That is crazy. I mean, when I saw this stuff, guys, I'm like, wait, was that a rally? Like, what was this? You know what I mean? Like, nah, bro. That's just straight Sev woundeds, right? For infantry, guys. I'm not. So this whole meta, and not that many people have it, right? Because it's infantry, and a lot of like even mid to high don't spend on infantry. It's a lot of high spenders and krakens that do a lot of infantry, mainly, right? Mainly. Like, look at this down here. Look at this down here, guys. 61k Sev wounds, 26k Sev wounds, 11k Sev wounds. Doesn't let me open it, unfortunately. Um, but dang, man, like this March alone, guys, is causing a freaking identity crisis with my account. Like for real, you know. As you guys know, I don't have as many merits as Zeus, but you know, I do my work, right? Excuse me, guys. I just ate breakfast and I'm over here talking it up, right? So yeah, I'm at 17 million merits, right? I love merits. Like I love fighting, and I love having like the stats to kind of flex that you're a fighter. You know what I mean? You know, these are just raw merits, bro. I would say maybe like a million of those merits are from doing flying chickens, flying around in the final zone, and I was killing BDO farms. Which, even though it was farm killing, most of them had full marches in there. Anyways, not trying to justify it, but just to give you guys an idea, you know, I'm not doing any kind of scammy thing for merits. You guys, and I know you guys know what I'm talking about. Um, if you don't, you can ask me in the comments, bro. I'll let you know there. Well, I just say real quick, right? There's players that go around and then just swarm like AFK cities, bro. They go to zone 1, they swarm AFK cities, they get crazy freaking merits, or you know, they'll have people launch rallies, they'll stop them with their infantry and then swarm them. What other ways? They have like actual like cities that they swarm. Anyways, I digress. Reeling it back in. So I'm having a whole identity crisis, guys, for how good the march is. The march is just that good. I don't have that many swordsmen. I don't have that many swordsmen, but essentially, the infantry really don't get you many merits, right? And we love merits. And of course, if a march can change that to where now I'm getting merits, like brother, of course I'm a freaking use that, right? I'll give you guys an example of how big of a deal it kind of is. I'll give you guys an example of how what I'm talking about. Look at this. So this is just a Madeline Skogul. This is just a Madeline Skogul. Look at this. This is okay, that's a horrible march. But look at this. You know what I mean? Look at this. And that's just Skogul at 544. Bro, like, now, talking with some of my tank mains, they still say Madeline Skogul tank more. But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Maybe in raw stats, Madeline and Garwood are tankier, but people aren't scared of hitting a Madeline Garwood, bro, because they don't really do counterattack damage. So people will hit them, charge up their artifacts, and then freaking full sell their freaking artifacts into the whatever target is available. Now, Goresh and Skogul, sure, they might not be as tanky, but no one's trying to catch all that smoke. So, technically, they still have more survivability. They're doing more damage. They're less of a priority out in the field. So they're just, man, dude, wow. Crazy March, crazy March, crazy March. As you guys know, I'm main mage, right? Continuing with my identity crisis rant. I'm even thinking, like, I know the new mages are coming, right? But I'm like, dude, I do need, so like my final build to have, I have a I have an awakened build for each type, right? I have my mages, I have my archers, and I have my calves, and I guess you can say I have my flyers, right? But technically I need one more, and that's gonna be Bertrand. But in terms of having an effective march, right? The last one is gonna be my infantry. Um, so I'm thinking like maybe I just get my mages to where they're usable and they're still pretty cracked because they're 6-star and I have the new artifact, and then just focus on my infantry, finish those out, and then go mages? Or do I just finish my mages out and then come back to the SKOGUL GORESH meta? And to continue saying more about this march, in Roots of War, they're crazy because it's a good rally march. It's a damn good rally march. I don't think it's the best, but it's a good rally march. It could take buildings and it could also defend right after that, right? Whereas opposed to your archers will take buildings, your calves will take buildings, and then they can't really defend them, right? Um, unless you kind of like organize that to where you have a Theodore that's within the rally, and then you switch him to garrison captain. Anyways, that's kind of the thing there. Oh dang, 30 minutes until Roots of War starts. Um, so guys, that's pretty much it, guys. I show you guys the builds. I showed you guys the pet he's running. I showed you guys the artifact he's running. I explained why this march is such a significant thing. Like. Yeah, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Big shout out to Zeus for the level of investment that he has put into this march. Literally meta changing. Like, this man is literally feared by a lot of BDO people, bro. Like, when Zeus spawns in, like, this guy with his Gorish build, and like mainly his Gorish build, he has crazy builds too. You guys saw his Valen and all that had 100k plus, but specifically the Goresh, when this man spawns in, people think about it more than twice before they go anywhere near that city because they know he's gonna come out and hit him with that Goresh Skogul combo, guys. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. I gotta focus up here and do a little Roots of Warski. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you have any questions about what I said, if you are running a Skogul Goresh, what skill level are they? Do any of you guys have them at 5/5 whatever or 5 whatever? Are you still getting crazy good merits? Like, let me know, guys. Let me know in the comment section what do you guys think. Also, I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think about my identity crisis? Do I just stick out the mages, awaken those, 6-star those, finish those out, and then come back to my side project, right? Because essentially, as a main mage or main whatever, that's what you do. You focus on your main thing, and then you go to a side project while you wait for the next big thing on your main focus of your troop type. So that's going to be it for today, guys. Make sure you drop a like on the video. If you want to continue supporting the channel, make sure you subscribe. If one of your buddies doesn't believe you about the Gores Skogul being meta and that they should probably invest in those instead of a different tank march as opposed to like Madeline and Garwood or whatever, share with them the video. Let them know, guys. Once again, it's your boy Guns here, guys. Much love, my boys. I'm outie.